Hello and welcome to this episode of the Thoughts and Reflection series. Honestly, I didn't even intend to do this video, but then I just randomly decided like why not? Yeah, let me just do it. So basically I like using this segment to mostly share things that have been on my mind previously, maybe I still are currently. Yeah, maybe sometimes things I've just been struggling with or whatever. And for now, I think it's only relevant because I'm in an interesting season in my life because I am now trying to figure out this career thing, which is not like really new, I guess, or rather not a surprise considering. So first of all, there's a time, let's start like in 2022, yeah. So like 2021 Ikisha to beginning of 2022, like I remember I was so desperate to do pupillage at the time, and I wasn't really getting opportunities in law firms, and of course that to me was such like a difficult experience, because you're like, oh, this is the career you want, and then it's like you're not even getting jobs, and it's like, to me, I didn't even consider pupillage like even a proper job. It's like, it's a mandatory thing, it's like something I have to do. Like, you can get rid of me after 6 months type of thing. So I remember that was what I was thinking. Yeah, whatever, I really wanted it so badly. And then I got, to start it in a law firm, and surprise, surprise, I think I did like a month and a half or something, and I was out. And I think for me, honestly, yeah, that was the first time I've ever resigned or left somewhere I've been working, and it was so difficult. But I just felt so convicted in my decision that nothing could really change my mind, even though everyone I spoke to at the time was against it, and especially people who are still in the legal field. I think for a lot of people, it just to them was that experience that they could not understand how I cannot just stay somewhere for only 6 months. But for me, I just couldn't. I tried my best, and my best got me to the 5 or 6 weeks because, to be honest, I think sometimes you can know things, especially if you know the things that make you happy, and maybe you start doing them, and then it's like, oh no, like you're not really enjoying this. Because, to be honest, I remember like I had started on a Wednesday, and by Friday I just knew I wouldn't be there for the 6 months. So I just felt even for the rest of those weeks it was just me trying to not make a rash decision, but inevitably I was just holding off this decision I knew I was supposed to make way sooner. So that's that. And sometimes I think in that period I had also been accepted into a cybersecurity course that literally I had started like around April at the time, and then so the people had started in like May. So when I was getting this cyber thing, I was also, excited because it was also like a very competitive thing at the moment. Those things you go through like 4 stages, whatever. And I was determined to do both. And because at that time I really felt I wanted to pursue strongly this whole pupillage thing, become admitted, be an advocate, of course I abandoned it, the cyber thing, and just prioritized the pupillage. And yeah, when I was now quitting, I was just like, I should have just maybe stuck it out to the cyber thing, but whatever. And I think from then it kind of led me to a shift in my career in a way, like more journalism adjacent, if I may say. Like, just since then I've been finding myself working with for journalists in different ways, and I think I'm just now in that moment again of like, yo, what's next? So as we are speaking, I have like 8 days of like proper, like, okay, like just let's just say 8 days of working stroke employment stroke whatever you want to call it, before moving to the next thing, which I don't even know what it's gonna look like. But I've just really been thinking about it in terms of, I guess, the progression through different roles I've had, and how sometimes it's like, for me, there is like I can be so sure I just don't feel like I can add value anymore here and all those things. And sometimes it's like a very personal thing to you, because at the end of it all, you're the one who knows your capabilities and what more you can bring and all those things. And if you feel that in this space you're at, so this is just, if I feel like I'm in this space and I think I've maxed out whatever I can give, I'm just usually not willing to stay, because, oh, you can still do it, like you can still continue what you're doing. But to me, it's more of like, I just can't continue doing things that I feel are now like boring me, or I could do so much better. But then it's like, sometimes you need like inspiration, which maybe comes from like working in something different. There's that excitement of newness, honestly, which to me is always present, because right now I might just decide maybe to focus on climate in the next thing and all those things. And I'm saying here decide very loosely, because honestly, maybe I'm not at that point where I have um what shortlisted things I really want to focus on or anything like that. But it's more of like I'm just really open to accepting something that will bring that excitement back to me again, whether that's the first thing I come across, whether that's going to be the second thing I come across. So yeah, now I'm deeply thinking about the reality of soon being unemployed, and how that looks like. It's of course never the best situation for anyone. Job market is not like a walk in the park or the easiest thing. And especially if you've been interacting maybe with people who have been, let's say, on a journey for looking for a job, and maybe it's been such a long time for them, naturally to them my decision is so outrageous. Like, because I remember a specific person was really asking me questions, like, which was similar to like that time for people. It's like, is it that bad? Like, you can't just stay. It's like the reality of not having a job is perhaps the worst thing that would ever exist. So much so that you leaving a job for whatever reason at all might not be a justification for a lot of people. But then sometimes for me, it's like, if I just no longer feel like myself, if I'm just, yeah, if things have just shifted, literally, I feel like I am allowed to change my mind ultimately and, exit the situation. So for me, that will never be, I would say like a consideration that, oh my gosh, what if you don't get a job for the next 1 year? I'm just like, then that is gonna be my reality. But yeah, for the next 1 year, maybe I will still be happy, like pursuing things that bring me joy and things along those lines. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting time. This week I was looking forward to good news. I won't even lie. For example, there's this role I applied for, and I was just like, yeah, now this is like what I'm looking for, like the new thing. I'm also someone who is really, I like gaining knowledge that I didn't have prior, like just about this most random thing, or like, oh my gosh, something like that. So for me, it presented that opportunity to reflect about my journey and everything, but also now to be open to like, yeah, this is it's like a new slate of everything. Yeah, you're gonna know nothing at all, you're probably gonna suck, but you're also gonna really enjoy learning so much. So I was like really excited about it, and then I looked at my email. So you see, I have like my email synced, like both mailboxes or whatever, like on my phone. So I can see cumulatively like the number of emails. So like I know maybe on my personal email I have this 100 emails, and on my work email I have this 100 emails. So now I was seeing the total 100 emails I have at 10, and I was like, oh, this one additional one. Honestly, for me, I just thought for sure it's gonna be on the work email, and then I see it from my personal email. Then I'm just like, oh, that's interesting, because I logged into the work one and I was just like, okay, I'm not seeing the additional one here, and whatever is here doesn't add up to 10 if I count the ones on my personal email. So I go open my personal email, then I see it's that organization that has emailed me, and then you just reach that part of they're no longer, like proceeding with me or whatever, like however it was framed. And I just still don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I'm in denial in this very moment, because I'm like, things could change. I'm like, maybe they made a mistake. They can be like, oh, it's an error, we didn't mean to send you this and stuff like that. Because I have also been in that situation before, like with the cyber thing program. It's like they sent some emails, then before I like even replied or whatever and felt sad about it, they like recalled the emails they sent, so it was a mistake. And then now I was sent one for like proceeding. So look here, I think maybe I'm just in that kind of headspace, or I just don't think I have the energy to be sad. Sometimes I feel like you require energy to invest in your sadness, which at the moment I feel like I don't have. And I was even like, I started, of course, looking quickly, like, how do you respond, like, to a rejection email? Like those things, like, is it really the end once they have rejected you? Like, can you convince them, like, blah, 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 blah. So that is, like, kind of the space I was in, literally, like, maybe 3 hours ago. And now I'm just still there, like, something's gonna change. And I just, to imagine maybe it won't. Of course it's like sad, but also at the same time I'm just like, what, on to the next thing. And in as much as sometimes it's really painful, I usually have this opinion that the sooner you get the rejections or the no's, the quicker you're getting to your yes. So sometimes it's like, oh, I'd rather the no come so early than we're like 6 months down the line in this recruitment process and then it's like, we are so sorry, so that's it. I feel like an exciting thing with me probably having no job is gonna be having a bit more time to maybe actually write. Like, I have not written in a long time, and I have so many ideas just somewhere. It's just I never get the time. I just never get the time. So I'm excited to at least, pick up the writing, probably learn something new. I feel like I've tried intentionally every year to at least maybe do a short course or something, even if it's for like 4 months, 6 months. So I just feel like I'm really craving that aspect. I feel like it's really missing, just to learn something. I mean, I'd also thought I would have been doing my master's maybe now. You get this offer to this institution, but then you also cannot afford to pay your fees. So that's that. But I think for me the writing bit is very exciting, to look forward to the probably creating more content, like having more time to dedicate for content beyond just shorts, YouTube shorts or something. And today it's like, it's like, it feels like I should be sad, but I don't know if I really have feelings at the moment. It's a very interesting headspace for me. Something else, I feel like mentally I am doing leaps better than I was a couple of months back. There's sometimes I'm just like, I don't even know how I'm still here and making it. And actually I came across this song. Let me even just like open the lyrics really quickly, because I was like, I really felt seen with that song. So it's called Flowers, and it's a song by a lady called Samantha. I've forgotten the second name, but let me just see some of the parts that to me I was just like, oh my gosh, did you write this song for me? Like, were we together in this? Literally, trust me, to find a way to make things about me. Okay, so let's see. I think there's a time I've taken a screenshot. of the lyrics. Okay, I just have to search for the song. Okay, let me just look for it. Yeah, so Samantha Ebert, I don't know if that's her, like that's the right pronunciation. So it says, well, blue skies and hillsides feel so far away, and I wrote in my notebook that I've seen better days than the ones as of late. I can't bear the weight. The rain won't stop pouring out my window pane, and I haven't left my bedroom in 76 days. I wish something could change because I'm losing faith. So I brought it up in a desperate prayer. Lord, why are you keeping me here? Then he said to me, child, I'm planting seeds. I'm a good God and I have a good plan. So trust that I'm holding a watering can and someday you'll see that flowers grow in the valley. So whatever the reason, I'm barely getting by. I'll trust it's a season knowing that you're by my side every step of the way and I'll be okay. Then I was just like, okay, let me, like the last part I also liked it because I saw like some progression. But anyway, so it's still the same thing. And then there's this part that says, when I'm on the mountain and looking down below, I'll see a valley of flowers that needed time to grow, and I'll ask, and I'll thank you for the rain, the heart, and the days of pain. And I'll bring it up in a grateful prayer. And to me, that was just like, yo, this is the full circle moment I want. Because, you know, you start, like, she started with, I brought it up in a desperate prayer of, like, why is this happening to me? Like, nothing is working out. And now, honestly, I feel like I'm just looking forward to this part of, and I'll bring it up in a grateful prayer. Thank you, Jesus, for keeping me there. You know just what I need, and you've planted seeds because you're a good God with a real good plan. And you hold my world under a watering can, and I can have peace because flowers grow in the valley. So for me, I'm just like, it feels like the first, now we can even say 8 months of this year, honestly, have just been very much like a desperate prayer bringing to God of like, damn, like difficult times. And I just want to get to that point where I'm just, no, like my prayers are just gratitude and thanks and praise. And literally that's what I've been thinking about, and that song has been on my mind for so long. A day does not pass without me playing it at least twice, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm really needing to get to that grateful part. Can we skip to the grateful part anyway? That's all I wanted to share right now. You can encourage me in the comments. Tell me I'm gonna get my dream job. Tell me these people are gonna change their minds. But anyway, that's life. We'll see how things go. I'm not scared that things won't work out per se, but then sometimes it's just uncomfortable to chill, you know. But at least for like September, literally I just want a break and just enjoy life again somehow. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching up to this point. If you have, I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Tell people subscribe to my channel. I think it will be lovely to get to at least 1k subscribers by the end of this year. I think it's very possible. Like, yeah, if you can even try 1k, something like that. Yeah, bye bye.